with the team news and if there's any hint about when Gabama can make a return.
The team news is that we have out for this game Pickford that is not recovery yet. We have out Alan that start training with the team today, and we have out Gabaman that is following his individual problem, and I cannot say, it's too early to say when he will be back.
Manchester United this weekend, of course, they've only lost one game in their last 16 league matches. What do you make of the side at the moment?
Yeah, United.
Yes, what do you make of United?
We played against them two games this season, both games at home. We lost both games, so something we have to change for sure. Because if we follow the same way that we played, I think we are going to lose, and so we try to plan a different strategy, and we will see how it works.
There's been an awful lot of talk about Ben Godfrey, hasn't there? He's in such great form at the moment. What's your take on it and how he's doing?
No, he's doing really well. What can I say? It was a surprise for me because I knew him, but not a lot, and I found a really fantastic defender because he has all the quality that the defender needs. He's powerful, he has a lot of energy, tactically intelligent, really aggressive in the duels, and so he can play in different positions, and this is really important. He played really well as a left back when Digne was out, and so really pleased to have him in the squad.
Obviously, Jordan Pickford was out and Robin Olsen stepped in for him, had a great game. Does that mean that he might get a start given his performance?
He has a great game. He played really well, and he's gonna play tomorrow because Pickford is out. And when Pickford will be back, he's gonna play like he played usually. But I think that also Olsen can play some games.
Great. And I just wanted to ask you as well, there's going to be concussion substitutes trialled this weekend for the first time. What's your take on that?
No, fair decision, I think. The welfare of the player is really important, and so it's good for us to have a replacement when the player has to go out for a concussion.
Perfect. Thanks ever so much. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Good luck for the weekend.
We'll go to Hugh now from Premier League Productions.
Carlo, hi there. Just talking about the team that you selected against Leeds, it was interesting you decided against playing James Rodriguez and Michael Keane, who a lot of people maybe suggest are in your normal first choice 11. Do the players understand that sometimes not every situation is for them, and how do you go about managing those expectations?
I think that all the player has difficulty to understand why they don't play. It's difficult, but as usually say to them, there are two reasons that you don't play. First reason can be that you didn't play well in the game before, and the second reason is to give to you a rest for this game. Usually when you don't play well, I'm going to tell you, you didn't play well, and for this reason. But when I don't say to you nothing and you don't play, means that I want to give to you a rest. I hope they understand, but if they don't understand, they can come to me and I can explain this. It is absolutely normal when there are a lot of the game that I decided for two reasons, to give a rest to the player, to keep more motivated the others. This is the reason, because sometimes players that are used to play are not playing.
How do you prepare for a team that's won their previous match 9-0? And have you ever had anything like that before?
this is a bad news. This is a bad news. They scored 9 goals, but at the same time, I can say the game before they lost against Sheffield United. So I have to choose what to say to the player. But the player knows this. It will be difficult, a really difficult game because United is a fantastic team. Is a team with a good mix between experience and talented player, young players. It will be difficult for us, but I think I hope it will be difficult also for them to play against us.
And you're in a unique position pretty much, Carlo, because you managed the team against the Manchester United of the late 90s in 99. You managed a team against the Manchester United who are again successful in Europe in 2007. And now you are managing a team against Manchester United in a season that has been better for them than the previous 7 or 8. So can you imagine this Manchester United being as good as those 2 teams that you played against with Juve and AC Milan?
I think that the project of Manchester United is in the right way to reach that level that team had in the past when Scholl was there, when Giggs was there, when Rooney was there, when Rio Ferdinand was there. So I think that they are in the right way. I don't know how long it takes, but the way is that one.
Okay, Alistair from the BBC, please.
Hi, Carlo.
Hi.
Obviously, you've been doing lots of press conferences because there's been lots of games recently. I just wondered how your team is coping with that schedule. And now we are going to a point in the season where there's lots of European games. So is that an opportunity for Everton to have an advantage over your other rivals?
But it's a good question, but I don't know really if it's an advantage or not, because usually at the beginning of the season when we played every 3 games, because we were involved in the cup, we did really well. We won all the game. And when we start to have days to prepare the game, we had more difficulty. I think that with the squad that we have now, we are able to manage good the games every 3 days. When we have 1 week time, I think we have to change something, because when we had 1 week time, the results were not so good.
And this weekend, obviously, you are playing Manchester United, and Liverpool are playing Manchester City, and you'll know that some of the Manchester United players have had some abuse on social media. I just wondered, as Merseyside and Manchester teams play this weekend, whether you had a message for the fans in terms of the hate that we've seen on social media recently.
But I think that I always loved this country and this atmosphere in the Premier League, because there was not this kind of violence at the stadium. There was not insult at the stadium when all the supporter was there. I think that the fact that some stupid people use social media to insult other people is not fair, is unacceptable, and I think that someone has to take decision on this, and these people need to have consequences for this, because this behavior is not acceptable. Also because, as I said, in the stadium there are no insult. I really love this, because all the people respect you, and to use social media to insult, I think, is unfair.
Ian Kennedy from Radio Merseyside, please.
Hi Carlo, you've had 7 away wins in the league this season, and just to pick out 2 of them, Tottenham and Leicester. So is it about having the belief to go to a place like Old Trafford and Manchester United, to go there knowing that you can get a result?
I think that all the teams had more difficulties home than away. Manchester United is the same. They have a fantastic record away, but at home they lost against Arsenal, Tottenham, Crystal Palace. They lost against Sheffield United. It's because the crowd is not there. The crowd is not there to help you. when you are playing at home and he's not there for the opponent because and this help the team that play away.
And you've played them twice this season, and they've beaten you twice. So do you have to, as a manager, have to try and make sure the players don't have that in their head and that that's all in the past and this is a new game now?
Yes, this is sure. Mental aspect is really important, and we have to, not only mentally but also practically, we have to try to do something different, to try to create more problem than the past games that we played against.
And it's getting interesting looking at the top end of the table, Carlo, and I know you've spoken about this recently, but you've got a couple of games in hand, and any team that can find a bit of consistency now, between now and the end of the season, then certainly Champions League could be there for you. Is it more than a dream, or is it still a dream?
No, it's still a dream. It's still a dream. It is a really important period. It's true that we have 2 games in the hand, but it's true that we have to play against really strong teams, Aston Villa and Manchester City. So, no, we are looking for this, of course, but as I said, doesn't change the target. The target is to reach European position for the next season.
Okay, if we go to Louis Restorepo, please.
Hola, Carlo.
Hola. Hi.
¿Cómo estás? You said before that you take out a player from the squad because you need to rest him or he didn't play well the game before. Which was the case of James Rodriguez because he didn't play well against Newcastle, or you like to rest him for this game? And if you spoke to him after the Newcastle game, what did you talk about?
That he didn't play well against Newcastle is an opinion. Maybe it's your opinion or the opinion of someone, but that was not my opinion. I didn't give him a rest because he didn't play well against Newcastle. So I didn't give him a rest because he played 3 games in a row, and I want to keep him fresh for the next game and to avoid injury. This is the reason, because James, Michael Keane, and I rotate Holgate in another game. I'm going to rotate other players tomorrow. This is normal. This is a normal way to manage, that I have to manage my squad. For 2 reasons, as I said, to avoid injury and to keep all the team, all the players motivated.
And how did you improve the defense, where is Jeremy not involved? In your opinion, which was the key factor to improve the defense in Everton?
I think it's not individual factor. Also, if Jerry is playing really well in this moment, is the fact that when you defend well is the sacrifice of the team, the sacrifice of the strikers, the sacrifice of the midfielders. When the team is able to work together defensively, we have better result.
Okay, Sonia, would you like to ask a question before we finish the open section?
Just one, please. Carlo, you said Godfrey surprised you. I was wondering if you could expand a bit on that. Was it his versatility in terms of the positions he can play that surprised you, or something else?
No, the personality that he has, the focus that he is able to keep in every single moment of the training of the game. This is what surprised me.